everyone.
This is our little video.
Leaving the Grand Union Canal, heading north up the Grand Union. We're leaving that at, let me get this right, Kingswood Junction.
That's it.
Turning left through the Lapworth link onto the Stratford-upon-Avon canal.
Yes, and it was a nice little spot actually.
Yeah, beautiful. We got into the, I suppose you'd call it a little basin there at Kingswood Junction with all the facilities, and we came across these.
Morning.
Morning. We've just said goodbye to Jan and Tony on Narrowboat Sanguine, and we're now going to do a left turn.
Hard left by the looks of it.
Got it right. And we'll be leaving the Grand Union and going on to the Stratford-upon-Avon canal. We've just seen a very narrow bridge that we've got to go through. I'll show you. Yeah, so we have a bridge the width of a single lock.
That's where we just came through. Very narrow.
Yeah, so we're at Kingswood Junction, just left the Grand Union, now on the Stratford-upon-Avon canal, and this is the first time we've come across these. Let me show you. We've actually got full facilities here, a shower block. Yeah, so disabled toilet. And shower. Then obviously your other facilities, fresh water, your Elsan, and you have a pump out.
Yeah, so we did plan to stay on the Grand Union for a few more days, but there was a storm coming. So
and the area where we was, the towpath was already ankle deep in mud.
Oh, yeah.
And with dogs, it's not brilliant.
It's a bit of a nightmare.
So done what we normally do. We'll get the laptop or the iPad out, check everything out on Google Maps,
check the way the wind was going to blow, etc. And then we thought, right, we'll go down as far as we can go and see where there is a spot where there's hardly any trees.
Yeah, from looking at Google Earth, we found a bit between, I think, 3 to 4 locks down from the junction. So that was the idea. Head down,
and then at least we're full of water. We've done the Elsan and everything, and we've got a full shot.
Batten the hatches, ready for the storm.
And it was going to last 3 days at least, so we knew we was okay for 3 days.
And this is where we ended up. Narrow locks are so much easier, but you do forget how narrow they are, as I just found out. So need to practice on my aim a little bit. Well, we're on the Stratford-upon-Avon Canal between locks 24 and 25, and we're going to stay here for 2 or 3 days. We've got Storm Ciara coming in. It's going to be bringing 70-mile-an-hour winds. So we've been looking for a mooring where the trees are not going to affect us. Now, southwesterlies, which are coming from that way, so if I just turn you round, yeah, the wind will be whipping across these fields, across the canal and onto our boat. So we've managed to find a gap between any tall trees, because the last thing you want is any of them bad boys blowing down and landing on the top of your boat. So I just thought I would give you a little insight into how spoilt our dogs are. I've just had to do this. So we've got Bonnie on Deb's chair, we've got Alfie on my chair. So what I've done, I've got myself a sun lounger chair out to sit on, because I haven't got the heart to kick them off. Well, we weathered the storm, come out of that unscathed, and we wanted to move on to get water.
Yeah, so what we did was we thought we'd walk down and do a recce. It was very muddy. The towpath was very, very muddy.
Yeah, horrendous.
Yeah, we bumped into some people walking up from Narrowboat, Callan Lang.
Yeah, yeah.
And they said that they think there's a tree down just before the actual lock.
I think it was lock 30 or lock 31.
Yeah, so we thought, well, we'll walk down and check it out and see for ourselves.
And there was a tree.
There was a tree
across
down
the canal, so we weren't going any further than that point. But in saying that, there was a couple of moorings left in that pound before the lock.
Yes, so we thought we'd take that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just doing a little recce for tomorrow's cruise, and I don't think we'll be going anywhere tomorrow, not unless CRT gets to move that. We're at lock just
31.
above lock 31.
Is that a workboat through the bridge there?
Yeah, but nobody's on the workboat. Right, we're going to go back to the boat, go on the CRT website and just check that has been called in. I'm assuming it would have done. And 3 locks up, there was some contractors there cutting the trees down at the side, so hopefully they can make their way down and clear this.
Yeah, mention it to them, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so with the storm being so strong and the water and the wind and everything, the CRT were obviously so busy with trees and everything going on, but they did manage to clear that tree within 24 hours, which was well impressive. I mean, they only done it enough for a boat to go by. They didn't completely clear it because they didn't have the time, but they did it enough for boats to go by, single boat.
So nice one, CRT.
Yeah, brilliant CRT.
Well, last lock of the day. I've just gone down to check the next pound, and there's something afloat. Let's go have a look. And I said there was something afloat, and there it is. It's foxes afloat. Yeah, so the wind has got up again, and we've managed to find a gap between the trees, so hopefully if anything blows, we're still southwesterlies, anything blows, it's not going to land on our roof. Off for a brew. The kettle is on, I've been told.
Knock, knock. Owen.
Yes, so we moved on, moored up there for a couple of days, and then continued on through some really pretty countryside.
Yeah, the towpath was absolutely brilliant, and I think it was like a public walk.
Yeah,
you know, lots of people walking their dogs or just running or whatever. But the scenery as well, because you was going down. The scenery was lovely as well.
On to our planned destination in Stratford-upon-Avon.
Yeah,
and we planned to go there because for fuel. Mm-hmm. But this is what happened. Well, we're in Stratford-upon-Avon. We've just got to Valley Wharf Services to get some fuel, and shock horror, Valley Wharf Services no longer exists. They've moved. So all the buildings, they're all bolted up. There's the fuel pump we would have got fuel from had it been open. Yeah, so there's a sign there, public water and Elsan. And as you can see, the water point there, and Elsan's still available around the corner. So I'm not sure when exactly it closed, but they've now moved their operation to Stratford-upon-Avon and the Coventry Basin. So Valley Wharf boat services no longer. Well, not at Stratford-upon-Avon, but you've still got the water and the Elsan. So we've got full fresh water,
Yep.
empty wee bottles,
Yep.
and no fuel.
No.
Yeah, so we've got to sit down and work out how much fuel we've got left. I think we've got about approximately a 200 litre tank, and we filled up six weeks ago.
Yeah, we've done about 105 hours.
So hopefully we should have used 105 litres, because we use about a litre per hour. So hopefully we've got half a tank fuel, which will be enough to get us down to the basin, all the way back up this arm of the Stratford-upon-Avon Canal, and find somewhere that sells fuel.
We didn't pass anybody on the way.
If not, we'll be doing a vlog entitled Rowing Our Narrowboat. And this is where we moored for the night, just outside the Premier Inn, before the actual bollards for the lock landing. There's just enough room to squeeze one boat there. And we're spoilt for choice here. Got the golden arches behind us, and should have wanted a bath for the night. There's Premier Inn that side.
So after finding out what we found out about the fuel stop, we moored across the way at
Premier
Inn, and there was a Lidl's, a Tesco's, a Matalan, a B&M.
Sorry, now we've been corrected by Foxes. We tend to put an S on the end of everything. So
Yes.
this is for you, Sean and Colin. There was a Lidl,
a B&M,
a B&M, no S,
a Matalan, and a Tesco. Yeah, so we spent the night there, and then decided to move on early in the morning, and there was maybe 4 locks, I think 4.
Yeah, I think we had four locks to go from there till we got to Bancroft Basin in Stratford-upon-Avon. But one of the lock gates was totally different. Now, if you've seen the previous videos, or you're a little bit genned up on the locks, basically with a lock gate, this will be the point that it pivots. You've got the actual lock gate and the balance beam. So the idea is, can you push on the end of my balance beam? You
push, this way or that way?
No, that way.
This way?
You meant to close. Right, sorry. I should have thought this out.
This is so ugly, but I didn't even know he was going to do this.
Should have thought this out better. Right, so you'll push on the beam.
Push.
And that will open the lock gate. And the beam, the weight of the beam is meant to counteract the weight of the lock gate, hence why it's called a balance beam. But as you can see from this footage, it was totally different and a lot harder. Right, we're at Maidenhead Road Lock number 53, and this is a little bit different. So I'm going to be doing this one, and Deb will stay on the boat. Yeah, let me show you what's different about this. Yeah, so the balance beam of the lock, which would normally come out here and swing that way where the bridge is not there. So you've got this weird angle thingy, what's name here, that you've obviously got to grab hold of and pull it this way, which makes it a bit harder, I believe. Yes, yeah. Well, that was a workout. It was I only actually filmed opening it, but closing it was a lot harder, so I should have filmed that. I'll do that on the way back. Well, if I've got my calculations right, this is the last lock and then we'll be in the basin.
Yeah, so we got through the locks and got into Bancroft
Basin at Stratford-upon-Avon. Yeah.
Looked very nice.
And that actually, in Bancroft Basin, there's another lock which then takes you on to the River Avon, which at this point was in flood, but we'll cover that in next week's
vlog. Yeah, and we just hunkered down for the next storm, Dennis. Yeah, so...
Yeah, so I think that about covers it.
I think so. Yeah,
so
this week. So
if you enjoyed this video,
press the like button.
If you haven't already subscribed,
press the subscribe button.
And if you want future notifications of any other videos we upload,
the bell icon.
Yeah, and keep your comments coming, guys.
Love your comments.
Love your comments, and we do try to answer all of them.
Yeah.
And check out our Patreon page. You can support us up on there.
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye.